Terminator Zero is Netflix's latest anime series and the first of such effort to animate the Terminator franchise. And I don't completely hate it. But before we get into it, do you want to look like you were sent from the future? Try the men's skincare products of CALDERALab.com and tell them Vaughn sent you back in time by using my promo code FRY15 at checkout to save 15%. How do you follow up the greatest movie that will ever be made? Well, evidently with a rash of sequels ranging from meh to God, please make it stop. For fans of the Terminator franchise, Terminator Zero offers a refreshed story that simplifies a convoluted timeline. Our series starts off in the year 2022, where action chick Aiko can be seen dealing with a Terminator. Hey, you gotta front load that action these days. Then we cut to Tokyo on August 29th, 1997, where tech brother Malcolm Lee is concerned over the impending launch of Skynet and with it, the coming nuclear holocaust. But how does Malcolm know about this? Well, he has dreams of Judgment Day, which is an excuse to have callbacks to T2, but you see, actually, Back in 2022, an Emo T-800 is sent back to 1997, targeting Malcolm. Aiko volunteers to pursue. Our TVMA for all the fun reasons series tastefully obscures the living tissue only policy on time travel. You're going to see a lot of differences between the 1997 Tokyo of Terminator Zero and the one you remember. Chiefly the proliferation of robotics and every other car being a red R32 Skyline GTR. Malcolm spends almost the entire 8 episodes locked in a dome conversing with Kokoro, an AI he's created specifically to fight Skynet. He wrestles with bringing Kokoro online, and I like the visual of her 3 perspectives coming into alignment on whether or not to help humanity. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm pronouncing an AI. What are you gonna do? Not subscribe? Not hit like? After a failed termination attempt, the Terminator seeks out Malcolm's 3 children, who just so happen to have wandered off pursuing a robot kitten that we spend a lot of time with just for the show to forget completely. Their nanny, Miyazaki, is coerced by Aiko into tracking down the kids. What results is a rather tiring musical chairs of babysitting. Oops, we got split up. Okay, but where would the girl go? Oh, the cat theme park, of course, so we have to meet her there. Oops, oldest boy gets abducted by the Terminator, so we have to find him now. This is, of course, interspersed with some of the franchise's greatest hits. We know things are not going to go well in this police station. Oh look, boys playing with toy guns. And a few familiar lines.
Listen and understand.
Because Netflix let a kid born in the 90s write an entire season, we have a scene in which a cop erroneously refers to the Terminator as a cop before it dons such disguise.
She shot the man.
You mean the police officer?
Yes, he was after Mr. Lee's children.
I also scoffed at the eyes glowing through the red living tissue eyeball. Upon its announcement, I was very concerned about the look of Terminator Zero. They said anime, but is this going to look like Velma? Well, Production IG has made sure this is authentically anime. Modern anime, for better or worse. You know it's a real anime when a guy has his forehead wrapped in bandages. Our voice cast has one recognizable voice in Timothy Oliphant, saying all of 5 lines as the Terminator.
Hello there. What are you doing down here in the dark, all alone?
With Arnold on the Netflix payroll as their chief action advisor or whatever, you telling me you couldn't get him to voice a character here? I mean, come on, the Terminator as Prime Arnold in anime form, voiced by the legend? You couldn't tell me that wouldn't help this show. There's some action to be found in Terminator Zero, but I found it more economical than thrilling, and the story doesn't actually get interesting until halfway point where new concepts are introduced. But if you are a fan of the Terminator franchise, i.e. the 2 movies and the occasional video game, you'll find that Terminator Zero is a reprieve from, well, much worse. Now for the heavy spoilers, and the ending explained better than the asshats around here who got it all wrong. Malcolm waits for Skynet to start the Judgment Day party, signaling to him that Kokoro is not the culprit. As such, she intercepts the majority of ICBMs and enslaves the world. Malcolm's advanced knowledge on the subject of Judgment Day comes from him actually being from the future. Skynet had been sending a litany of Terminators back in time to take out resistant leaders, but nothing would change the timeline. Take one guy out, another target pops up. Both sides realized that going back created new timelines and possible paradoxes. Or is it paradoxes? Okay, this might sound good on paper, but if no outcome changed the result, how was Skynet getting updated targeting lists? John Connor is the OG target. Once you remove him, does your database change in real time? That nanny, Miyazaki, also from the future, but she's not a resistance fighter, rather a cyborg Malcolm created. Her neural net processor was donated to create Kokoro, and somehow Miyazaki remained functional, albeit like a replicant, unaware of her past. Still, she kicks into River Tam mode when the kids are threatened late in the game. Would have been pretty useful to have done this several episodes sooner. While fighting it out with the Terminator, Aiko's hand is crushed. That crushed hand must have been surgically removed off screen. A real indicator that Terminator Zero has no room to breathe despite being 8 episodes long. It's just all plot advancement. Hell, I spotted one quip in the whole show.
I can already tell this is gonna suck.
Malcolm is killed by the Terminator and in his dying monologue says hello to his mom, Aiko. Yep, his mom, unbeknownst to her, was sent back in time to save her son, though she doesn't, but she meets her grandkids. We come to find that the Terminator's mission isn't necessarily to kill, he just likes doing it. He's supposed to shut down Kokoro, and wouldn't you guess it, there's an EMP conveniently in her facility. Malcolm's eldest, Kenta, is told he sent this Terminator back in time for this purpose, I suppose killing for funsies. But Kenta chooses not to destroy Kokoro, and in return, she will protect humanity. But can we really believe the Terminator here said he's from a future that brokered peace between Skynet and the humans? Sure didn't look like that in the opening scene. You could say this Terminator is from a different timeline where peace was brokered, but then how do you explain Aiko's resistance picking up on the activity? So, either lying Terminator or plot hole because 90s kid writer. As for what others have failed to comprehend, in the future war scenes of 2022, there is a prophet who advises Aiko on time travel. She has her own phrasing of the no fate speech, which is relayed by Malcolm, who is cryptic in saying who exactly told him this. Well, check out that discolored skin. She may have gone through the time displacement field a few too many times to look this old in 2022, but I think the prophet is none other than Malcolm's daughter, Rika. As of this recording, Terminator Zero has not yet been renewed by Netflix, but there are some plans for further seasons. Either way, you gotta hand it to Netflix of ridding the Terminator franchise of its pesky white male problem. We got Asian and Blasian girl bosses, black guy is an executive in Japan, come on now. And the only white guy I saw was the bad guy and he had just a few lines.
Hey, it's Vaughn's mom again, so I just wanted to remind you that instead of buying Vaughn's weird pictures online in various states of undress, you can just bookmark his Amazon affiliate link, and then when you shop Throw It on Amazon, he gets a few pennies here and there.